What's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA, and right now I'm going to be going over why I feel very strongly that Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor need to fight. But before I get into all that, if you would just take a second to like and subscribe, maybe do a little bit of comment and sharing, that should be cool as fuck. So, Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor, they need to fight. They are in similar situations in their career. Conor being 1-3 in his last four, and Michael Chandler being 2-5 in his last seven. I want them to fight on the White House card, but I think it'd be equally as cool if they said fuck the UFC and fought bare knuckle. Both men, they have a lot in common in their careers. Neither one of them have that much time left. Neither one of them, they both have a hard time beating Dustin Poirier. They just can't do it. And Michael Chandler, though he's probably the most badass 39-year-old there is, he just doesn't have what it takes to beat the top guys. And Conor, being in a similar boat at 37, he could definitely beat some guys ranked outside the top 10. Probably guys ranked 7 through 10 he can beat at 155. But the guys ranked higher than that, he just there's a point in time where he would knock their fucking dick out of their watch pockets. But these days, it's just the game's passed him by a little bit. But I still think he's good as fuck, and I still think Chandler's good as fuck. Chandler dropping two to Charles Oliveira, and one to Dustin Poirier, and one to Paddy Pimblett, and what's that other guy he lost to? I can't think of his other loss. Right? Oh, Justin Gaethje. Had a slobber knocker against Justin Gaethje. And I think Chandler versus McGregor would be a real... Hodor, what are you doing, buddy? Would be a real slobber knocker. Yeah, and people want to see that fight. If they fight on the White House card, that might be top 5 biggest cards in UFC history. All you need is Conor McGregor's name on that marquee, and people will watch. No matter, I don't think McGregor's all the way washed up, but he is a little washed up. But no matter how washed up that young man gets, people are going to tune in to see that shit. And for selfish reasons, I need Conor to win another fight in my lifetime. I need to see Conor McGregor fight live and win at least one more time in my lifetime. I mean, Conor McGregor damn near got me fired from Wendy's. It was October 6th of 2018. Conor was going to fight Khabib, and I was working 5 to close at Wendy's. And I was like, there ain't no way in hell I'm going to miss this fight. So hopefully we can get closing duties done in a timely manner. I was working with a bunch of 16-year-olds, and it just wasn't working out like that. And hell, I was 21, but I wasn't much of a better worker than those 16-year-olds. So I said, it got to be about 12, 15. I said, fuck this shit. I'm leaving. I need to see Conor McGregor bust Khabib Nurmagomedov's ass. It didn't work out that way. I walked in the house as soon as Tony Ferguson was done fighting. Was it Tony Ferguson versus... On that card, was it Tony Ferguson versus Donald Cerrone, or was it Tony Ferguson versus Anthony Pettis? I walked in right as Tony Ferguson was getting his hand raised, and I was like, all right, cool. Job be damned, I needed to see Conor McGregor fight. And, I might as well just stay working. But then again, no, because that was probably one of the most, what do you call it? Catastrophic events of UFC history, because of the whole thing with fucking Khabib choking McGregor out, then jumping out the cage and just wrecking havoc and causing and basically another Strikeforce Nashville brawl, except it was at the Madison Square Garden and it was a UFC event. But I think, so let's just say Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor fight. You know, my brain says that Michael Chandler is gonna slam McGregor all over the place. That's why I think it'd be better for McGregor to do it in bare knuckle. I don't even they're not even talking about doing this shit in bare knuckle. I don't even think they're talking about this period. But it fucking I know Dana White has got some tricks up his sleeve for the White House card, and I just hope to God that Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler is one of those tricks up his sleeve. But if not, bare fucking knuckle. If Conor's a smart man, which he is, Conor's a very smart man, he would fight one more fight at bare knuckle. Because if him and Chandler fight bare knuckle, I think Conor would sleep Chandler. But what if, God, Chandler's so explosive. Man, I don't know. We need. First off, the fight needs to happen. The fight needs to be at 170 or 185. Because remember when they were about to do the Ultimate Fighter and Chandler and McGregor were rapping back and forth, and McGregor was like, "Did you hear what weight we're doing it at? 185." And Chandler's like, well, "If you want to do 185, we can do 185." And McGregor's like, "Hey, you do what you're told." 185 would be pretty tight. I'd like to see a roided up fucking Conor McGregor walking around at 202 and cutting down to 185 to fight Michael Chandler. It just fucking needs to happen. It needs to happen. If I had Dana White's phone number, which I don't, I would call him at least 17 times and leave him at least 14 voicemails to get that shit to happen. But this is House Guy MMA, and I'll catch y'all later.